to another episode of Cooking with MFB. Today, we have nothing to do with island music. All that talk last week, spaghetti, got me thinking. I want some spaghetti. What better way to celebrate some spaghetti than with some steel drums? So we're gonna need to make some spaghetti. Let's start with tomato sauce. That's an important part of spaghetti. Not just any ordinary tomato sauce. The tomato sauce of ages. Gonna need a couple things. You need some cans of peeled tomatoes. You can try to use homegrown tomatoes or fresh tomatoes, but remember to take the skin off them. That'll make it much more tastier later. Next, mushrooms and some onions and some seasoning, basil, red pepper, oregano, and fennel. You don't need fennel, but it makes it a little bit more tastier. Red wine. A lot of red wine in this recipe. Not your normal amount of red wine. Alcoholic version of red wine. We're on that level right now. Garlic. We're doing garlic levels of garlic and a lot of thyme. We're going to need a lot of thyme in this and some bay leaves. Don't need a lot of bay leaves, but a lot of thyme. Thyme is going to be our friend with this one. And last, we need some oil or extra virgin olive oil. All right. Tomatoes came from South America, Central America. They are not normally the size and shape that we see them today. They were more golden and had different variations in length. You feeling it, Ginger? You feeling the jams? No. Okay. I'm feeling the jams. Also, another tip, Pomodoro. You know, those little tomatoes, the Pomodoro tomatoes. They mean golden apple. So when they first got to Europe, they were a different shape and a different size. Tomatoes slowly made their way to Europe through colonization. Those nice colonists. 1692 is our first documentation of tomatoes used in Spain. It more resembled a pico de gallo, and they put it on broiled meat, so it wasn't quite tomato sauce yet. So, fast forward to 1807, and tomatoes and pasta were finally paired together in France. French and their sauces, I tell you what! It's alright, a couple more years later, in Naples, Italy, I'm gonna mess his name up. Chef Calviclanti. Sorry. Documented vermicelli baked in tomato sauce. There we go. We're getting closer. You imagine when that meal came out? It was probably like a mic drop moment. Guy was probably like, vermicelli, tomato sauce, eat it. About 40 years later, we get our first American documented tomato sauce recipe. It had macaroni. Side-eye. In about 1920s, gentleman by the name of, I'm sure you've heard of this guy, Hector Boiardi. That's right, it's a real dude. So, Hector, or Chef Boyardee, is a real chef, believe it or not. He actually was world renowned. He went and worked at different restaurants, different hotels. Did really good. Ended up in Ohio. Oh, another Ohio! He used to take milk bottles, empty them out, and use the tomato sauce that he dialed in, and fill up the milk bottles and serve dry pasta. He was actually one of the first people to do meal kits to take home so you could eat them yourselves. My man, Chef Boyardee with the Hello Fresh. He couldn't keep up with demand, so he actually upgraded and bought a canning factory and a mushroom producing facility and started making his own pasta sauce on an industrial scale. That man did that, became a household name. Everybody knows Chef Boyardee. Spelled a little bit differently, but yeah, still same dude. Alright, let's cook. Alright, we gotta put some. It's got fire. We're gonna die again. God damn it. There we go. Shoot. Alright. Yeah. Let's put some medium heat on here and then get some extra virgin olive oil into this general area. To the pot, we got a generous portion of extra virgin olive oil. It's getting all nice and warm as we speak. Next, we're going to throw in some mushrooms. We got some frozen ones in there. Don't worry about them. They don't look too good, but they'll taste great. Get all nice and happy. Let them reduce in... don't let them reduce yet, actually. We're jumping ahead of ourselves. We're going to let them get all nice and warm and nice and squishy. Let's get them all nice and squishy. Let those mushrooms get all nice and saturated with that oil. And they're going to suck them up. It's going to be like a giant sponge. Actually, they're sort of like sponges. But, yeah. Let them sort of suck in some of that oil, and we'll get back to that sort of frying state again. Alright, so I got a couple baked, roasted tomatoes. We're going to squish those up. Get them all nice and small, manageable. We got ourselves a can of tomatoes. Actually, multiple cans of tomatoes. Throw those in there. We're going to chop those up, too. Oh, God. We're going to squeeze up some of these tomatoes gently. Oh, yeah. Be careful. You can put out an eye with some of these. They are spitters. Yeah, so mash up your tomatoes before you put them into your thing. While your tomatoes are sitting in here. Because I'm not really trying to talk about tomatoes. What I'm really trying to talk about are these mushrooms. Mushrooms are doing quite a good job. They're starting to do the fry thing. So, yeah. Keep on cooking on! Mushrooms are starting to come into fry state. Let's throw in some onions. Yes, onions. The oil was not quite happy about those cold onions going in there, but I wanted to cut corners and not chop onions. See, look, oil got over it. If that's the only person that gets upset about the onions, we're good. Want your onions to get all nice, translucent. Some of this moisture is going to break down and evaporate. Don't worry about it. We are going to get to the next step, is where we hydrate. Lost a lot of that moisture. It's time to hydrate it again. Throw a little bit of wine in here. Yeah, a little bit of Cabernet Sauvignon. Those sponges are going to absorb a lot of that red wine. Those mushrooms are going to turn into little tiny wine bombs. It's going to be glorious. And, yeah, it might even be great. The key to making any delicious meal is making layers of flavor. Start with your base and then add on top of that. Then complexify that a little bit more and then take it up here. You can't even see, you can just see the shadow. That's how high we're taking it to this level. We're taking it up here. Here, let me pan up a little bit. There, we're taking it there. I had to pan up for you. While that's sitting there reducing, let's get our seasonings together. First, not necessary, but I really like the flavor of it, is a teaspoon of fennel. Ground fennel, about a tablespoon of dried basil. We'll put some fresh basil in here in a moment. Next, we got some rosemary. 1 teaspoon of rosemary. Next, we got 1 teaspoon of oregano. Next, we have some statically charged garlic. It's getting crazy here. Watch it. It's just jumping off of the spoon. I don't know what to do anymore. Half a teaspoon of some statically charged garlic. What the? Let's reduce a little bit. Let's throw just a little bit of garlic in here. I'd say it's about about a teaspoon. Don't judge me. I have some roasted garlic I'm also going to put in here. That's that whole complexifying flavor talk we just had. Not a sermon, just a talk. Stir it in there. Get it all nice and mixed. It is too hot for the small spoon. Let's go to long spoon. Stay hydrated. Next, we're going to go and put this in here. Now, don't just let those seasonings sit right there. Stir them in there. Get it nice and mixed in. wake them flavors up. They've been sitting in a bottle for I don't know how long, and you need to get them awake. Oh, that's going to be a heavy action shot. Action shot! All right, tomatoes. Action shot. Oh, yeah, it's getting everywhere. Oh, yeah. Cleanup's going to be great tonight. I don't know. It needs something else, though. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. You know what else this needs? I know what it needs. It needs some time. We need to let this thing cook for like minimum of 2 hours. I'm shooting for like 3 hours, so hopefully I can eat before midnight. Ha ha ha! That's what else we can put in here. Let's throw some bay leaves in there. Get all nice and in there. Yes. Get a little stir. Hopefully they will separate from being together. Alright. Let it hang out. Basil. I forgot about the fresh basil. Let's throw that fresh basil in there and get that all in there. And yeah, I need 2 hands because you got to shred the basil. You don't want to cut it. Rip it up. Shred it up so you can get as many of those plant fibers broken up and release as much of that great essence known to all of us as basilosity. It's a kid. Alright. Get this up to is that a bubble? Are we boiling? I think we might be getting close to a boil. Alright, so yeah, get this up to a boil, then reduce it to low, and let her cook. Almost forgot, add a pinch of baking soda. This is reducing the acidity and make the pasta sauce less acidic. And then what I also like to do the 1-2 punch is I do a little bit of sugar. That sort of changes the complexity of some of the tart things that are in here, like the tomatoes. Makes them a little sweet, adds a little bit of a depth of flavor. The baking soda reduces the pH, I think it is. I don't know. But it makes it less acidic, so less heartburning. Yes. Hey, eyes over here. Hey. What are you looking at us for? I found it quite interesting to find out that Chef Boyardee was producing cans for World War II at 250,000 cans a day. That's a lot of ravioli. Hey, so it's been cooking. I've been dancing like a fool. We reduced in size, shape, and volume, and pan. I don't know about you guys, but it happens to me each time. I don't know. Maybe you guys aren't doing it right. Right about now, you may or may not realize that I have a pan that might look like it is full of water. In fact, it is full of water. And I have placed water into some salt. That's right, you heard me. I placed a bunch of salt into that water so it tastes like the ocean. You may remember this pan from cooking pasta sauce earlier. And you may be correct, because it is that pan that I have cleaned out. This pan has been placed under high heat so we can get a boil happening. Water looks like it's boiling pretty good. Let's put in some pasta! Yes, spaghetti! Alright. Was it something I said? Come on. Come back to boiling. Come back to boiling. Oh, there you are. Alright. I was starting to get a little worried. Don't forget, stir it. You don't want a giant mass of noodles. I mean, you might want one, but who are you? And why are you watching this? Alright, that pasta looks like it's been fully cooked. That looks like it is pretty good. Let's, yeah. Huh? Yeah, I moved them. You can't find them now. The cookie's gone. Now, before we serve this, got to make sure you take out that bay leaf. Nobody likes to chew on a bay leaf. All right, pro tip. Take some tongs, squeeze them, twist. You know, just take the tongs and grab it. You know what? That's much better. Big old honking skunk. Now we twist. That. We are fancy over here. Look at that shadow. Yes. Alright, we're going to take our ladle and get a nice old honking skunk. And, right on top there. Oh, Lord. That is looking delicious. Alright, we just need to finish this off with a couple pieces of Parmesan cheese. Oh, man. Look at it just melt right away. I am thinking we are good. Maybe one more. Yeah. Alright, I guess we gotta do this thing, right? I made it. Might as well try it. Get a little spinneroni here. Alright, see what we got. Delicious. You know what I forgot? Red pepper flakes. Well, I'm proud of you guys. We made it this far. We made it. Thank you for watching. Keep on going on. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Or the San Marzano cherries, cherry tomatoes, cherry, scary Terry. I don't know. Could you imagine when that dish came out? It was probably a mic drop. Don't judge me.